To preface this video, this is sort of a homage to one YouTuber who I have a high regard for in Painless Risen, in which he does his videos, or at least back in the day he would do his videos late at night like this, also considering the fact that at the time he was in Hawaii, so he would upload his videos at a later date than the rest of the continental United States, but he would always do these every single night. So I figured I'd do one of these videos in order to talk about just recent things I've been observing and to tie them into another episode of Yes, How to Join the Elite, part 25. And this episode specifically, we're going to just touch about how you always want to be ready. Now, a lot of people want to say, well, why should you be ready? Can't you just take it easy? Can't you just lie down? Can't you just sit back and just do whatever? And no, that's not how life works. You got to always be ready, especially when you talk the talk about how ready you are and you take all sorts of easy targets and opportunities. And what I've seen throughout the past few days, hell, the past few months, is a lack, or rather should I say a failure to get ready. There's no failure of communication, because what I've been seeing is a bunch of back and forths, roasts, beefs, and simping in between. What we have here is a failure to prepare. A failure to prepare for what a lot of guys say that they've been practicing all of their YouTube careers for, and that is smoke. Well, not even smoke, it's fire now. The smoke was with the back and forth beefs in between the camps. And for a lot of you who aren't aware of military tactics, a lot of countries will go at each other in a simulated war, usually called war games. Now, war games wasn't just a pay-per-view made by WCW, but war games is actually when two militias, two different nations, their militia groups, actually intentionally simulate going to war with each other. And a lot of this is done in order to see the strengths, weaknesses, and overall preparedness that each country is in, particularly the position that they're in, to be prepared in the event of an actual war going down. In this case, what we've seen with the smoke, I like to consider that the war games. You know, you have some of the lighter beefs, the philosophical beefs, the beefs that didn't go too far, particularly beefs that didn't go into real life with dudes driving 2 to 6 hours at a time to some random ass gas station that was probably just a block away from each other. Anyway, but the war games that I've seen in the Manosphere wasn't enough, apparently. And the war games that I have seen outside the well, to be honest, there haven't been a lot of war games, because another part of the Manosphere operates way differently than this one. Because part of the preparation that I've seen here, actually, there hasn't been a lot of preparation. You know what a lot of guys have been doing, not just on the internet, but in real life? They're lollygagging. They're screwing around. Kids get screwing around back there. What I told you kids about screwing around? Yeah, that kind of screwing around. Like, you know, when the teacher yells at you, and when you're actually doing your homework, or you're actually just, you know, taking it easy, and they're like, stop screwing around back there. Dude, we're just discussing about the game or the fight that went down yesterday, all right? We aren't screwing around. But in all seriousness, the preparation that you need in life is necessary, I should say, for events that you will face within life. Whether it's an opportunity, specifically opportunity for more money, for more opportunity, I guess, or dare I say more women, or the preparedness that is needed in order to be able to face an adversary and stand strong, or better yet, overcome and defeat the adversary. And what I've seen today, specifically on the internet, shows the lack of preparedness and communication that all the sides had when it came to dealing with just one guy. One guy who randomly showed up out of nowhere, who he himself probably wasn't planning anything specifically. This isn't some elaborate tactic. Do not think that the guy who came on the particular sector of YouTube had a particular tactic in mind in order to expose the manosphere or a particular part of the manosphere. And that, above anything, is the saddest fact about all of this. And what are you talking about, Xanatos? Well, it's simple. The lack of preparation is what is causing a lot of these guys to look embarrassed. Now, to be honest, I have seen way worse blunders when it comes to so-called guys on the other side of the fence or the other side of the manosphere or from another culture come in here and try to intentionally start stuff. I've seen a lot worse done by certain individuals. This guy, however, just came in here with the simple alt-right playbook. And to be honest, you didn't see a lot of samboing. I'll have to give this guy that. But what you did see, and the lack of preparation, was the emotional response that he was looking for. You see, just like Henry Swisson said, you see, you guys, first of all, you guys didn't consult me. You guys did not consult me about this at all. You guys did not hit up the Oreo Megasword Light Skin Supremacy in order to advise you, consult you on how you interact with people outside of the culture and outside of the race. And for this, shame on you. Whether it's myself or anyone else who actually has interactions with people outside the community. Well, first of all, let's just go to show that a lot of you cannot handle being outside the community, not just when it comes to women, but when it comes to people in general. And a lot of guys outside of the community, they know you. They know how you operate. They know how you roll. And quite frankly, it's laughable to say the very least. Because the matter of fact is that a lot of you fell into his trap. His Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dota, League of Legends, trap in the ass. That is what a lot of you fell into. And what was the trap exactly? The trap is being emotional. A lot of what I saw when it came to his simple statement, and I'm not even saying it's fact or not, but the simple statement that certain people or certain ethnicities don't have as high of an IQ as others rattled you all. It rattled you all to the point in which you all did the thing that he was looking for. And as far as he's concerned, he won that battle. Not by what all of you said specifically to him, but how you reacted. And that was with emotion. That was with just plain old mama raised, fatherless household, baby kid emotion. And I heard that there was one guy there who countered his points, and oh my god, he countered his points and he blew him out the water, so that's a win for us, and we're good. No, you're not good, because the damage at that point was already done, and that damage was showing how emotional the baby kid is. And the fact is that this just comes right off of what is like a week ago, where you had the Community Museum, and I can't even call it African American Museum, after what they showed and what they co-signed on, with that panel on how having logic and reason and rationale and having a lack of emotions with your decisions is white culture, but being emotional and artistic and good at entertainment and shooting balls, oh, that's your culture. That's your culture. And the damn museum signed off on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave you a link sometime whenever I upload this video. But This comes right off the heap of that pamphlet that the museum, the so-called museum, signed off on. And what does this alt-right guy come in and do? Prove that point solid. Prove the point of the alt-left solid. The alt-right guy came in and basically backed what the alt-left stated, or the SJW left stated. This is another example on how the alt-right and SJW works together. But as far as preparation is concerned, the fact that you all reacted in an emotional way just shows the lack of preparedness. That it just shows what a lack of preparation will do to your cause. And it's a damn shame in that, haven't you guys been on panels for hours at a time, for months at a time, going back and forth with each other, or going against Strags and Daggles for a day like this? Haven't you all been doing that in order to prepare for a day like this? And this is how you respond? Seriously? Anyway, everyone else out there, always stay prepared. Always get ready for the day. Whether it's a day when opportunity, fortune, and nookie comes your way, or come your way, or when the adversary and the axis of evil try to impede on your progress. And don't forget, to everyone else out there, always bet on X.